to Marquise Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder. A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment. A state's witness will also testify to the individual who would receive this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewan White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment, who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit Number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Kewan White, or to who shot and killed Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify to Kewan White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity to review bank records of the defendant, Marquise Conway. These records would show that the defendant drew $40,000 in the days following the murder of Melvin Noble. And for the record, that was a cash withdrawal. These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to.
All right, y'all, what's good, man? We back with another episode of Straight to the Comments, where basically, you know how we do it. We're going to get straight to the comments, jump right in there, and, of course, verify and see exactly what it is y'all are thinking in regards to this whole situation. So let's not dilly-dally. Y'all make sure y'all do the thing. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell for all things everything. Let's go. All right, someone said, didn't he just go live? What the F? Of course, these 14 hours ago, one of the first comments. I don't think Yella Beezy just went live, so that's interesting. All right, Worldwide Frenchie said, could have paid someone to box him for less if this is true because he's innocent until proven guilty. So this is all allegedly. Yes, you're right. He could have paid someone to box him for less. That is true. $40,000, a lot of money. Could have paid for a fight. But again, guilty until proven innocent. This is all allegedly correct. Q-Mass said you bonded out to go straight to trial. That could be happening. He might want a speedy trial. He might say, hey, now we need to speed this up and let's get right to it. As far as he, believing in his innocence, his lawyers will accommodate. Q-Mass also said, so jail call saying one thing and you were rad in court. It's finna be a crazy summer. It is going to be a crazy summer, man, with Diddy's trial coming up. And then also we have a Yella Beezy finally probably get into a MO3 trial. It is going to be a crazy summer if it happens in summer. They finna give him time like Ray and Claude. The movie Life. So Playboy Kevo saying Yella Beezy is looking at life. Again, innocent until proven guilty. Got to see what happens in court. Killmetry said, that's why you're always supposed to have a hitman for the hitman. Dang, he said, you got to take out the man who you hired to do the job. Endless cycle. Then you got to hire a hitman to take out the hitman that you hired the hitman for. Dang, okay. King TC said, bought the shooter off a Temu type shit. Damn, not Temu. Oh, that's horrible. T-Max said, he's cooked and that's on me, baby. Okay, I get it. I see we're going to play on the song That's On Me. Okay, y'all allowed that. Again, this is what comes with it. This is what comes with it. T. Lachey said, paying $40K to spend the rest of your life in prison is insane. That is a crazy amount, $40K, and when you look at what it costs, when it costs you your life, that is insane. plus also the amount of money that you technically have. At the time, I think the lawyer doing the trial said Beezy, I think at the time when the 40K was drawn, he had about almost $1 million in his account, a little less than 900,000. And yeah, 40K is a crazy amount to spend the rest of your life in jail. Let's see. Thermalot said, pay bro to kill SB and then he testify against you. I don't know who SB is, but that is crazy when you pay someone and they testify against you. But that's normally what happens. If you pay someone to do a hit, normally they want to spend that money and they're going to take the money and live their life and it's all done. But if they get caught, let's say within a week or within a couple of months and go to jail and they can't even spend the money, unless you're going to take care of them and help them on their lawyer fees and commissary and just taking care of their family outside of jail, yes, they are going to feel away while they're in there because jail is a place for no man. And they might say, nah, misery loves company. You come on, join me, sir. All right, let's see. It's over. It's over of the shooter shaking my head. This whole street life is washed up. Yeah, the shooter and you're telling what part of the game is that? SMT. Don't know what SMT means, but yeah, Danny, that is crazy. When the shooter telling on the man, it's just crazy. Lil Bo said, ninjas do all this super gangster just to tell on ninjas when go left. That is crazy. Do all this gangster stuff, just start pointing the finger. But again, like I said, that's what happens when you don't take care of the home base. That's what the mafia used to do. They used to say, hey, go do your bid, go sit down, you shut up, we're going to take care of you. The mafia used to move like that. Your family's taken care of while you're doing your bid, and you do the whole ride. You get out 9 years, 10 years, you come home, you stood tall, they take care of you. This ain't the mafia. This is not the mafia. All right, the Waterboy jersey is crazy work. No, that Waterboy jersey is wow. Bobby Boucher, I seen him in the background just moving. Looked very out of place, but of course, as y'all know, court is a public place, especially in Dallas. You can walk in on any, if anybody ever just been in Dallas County, Frank Crowley Court, you could just go up there and you could just hop in anybody's trial and just sit there all day and watch trials. So yeah, the Bobby Boucher is crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. Waterboy, dang. Let's see, the shooter about a rat and still get 100 years. He out of pocket. Yes, that'd be wild if the shooter rats and still do a full ride. But again, misery loves company. Don't nobody want to sit and do that by himself, especially if other people are involved and they feel like they're not getting taken care of. So, yeah, he's like, come on with me, boy. All right, who in court with the Bobby Boucher jersey on, though? Not for real. That Bobby Boucher jersey is legendary. Shout out Waterboy. I always pull out 40K if you mean he a rapper. That's not good enough evidence. Correct, that's not good enough evidence. And the judge saw the same. She's like, hey, you got this $2 million bond. Y'all aren't presenting enough evidence to let this man out. To keep this man in here for $2 million. So she's like, hey, let's lower it. Plus his grandma came in and spoke on them not having money like that. Yeah, you got to present better evidence because a lot of rappers will take out 40K, whether to buy a chain, whether to buy a slab, a car, whether to just do something, just do whatever. Rappers move with cash. A lot of rappers don't even know taxes. They just be kind of doing stuff, and hopefully the tax man, their financial advisor, get them right. So yeah, they will go put out 40K cash. Free bro. Yeah, we're gonna start seeing the free Beezy situation, but he might be out right now. His bond was at 750, so 75,000 in Texas is what it takes to 10% of 750,000. So 75,000. Put that up and he good. It's his money. He can withdraw what he want. Z-Rap, yeah, you're right. It's his money. He could withdraw what he want. But again, like the guy said, it was withdrawn close to the date of MO3 passing, a few days after. Now, mind you, what they got to do is show where the money went. Hey, he used his money to do this or do that. They got to have a money trail. If they ain't got that, no paper trail, what do you just throwing stuff out there. So he got to fight that in court. So that means technically, if the evidence is loose, he should be able to go home under certain conditions, whatever those are, house arrest, no social media, limited contact, and he should be able to fight this outside of sitting in a jail cell. But I also understand if it is true and he's a dangerous person, he do have the means and the resources to do more damage. So I get both sides. All right, it says, well, that's how the cookie crumbles, and that's on me, baby. Yeah, you know it's coming. They're going to do a lot of that's on me's all summer. And the cookie does crumble. The cookie does crumble. Dallas is going through it right now. Bro wearing the waterboard jersey to court is wild. Man, I'm like, whose family member is that? For him to pop up with, with the Bobby Boucher jersey, that waterboy, that's wild. Shout out Adam Sandler. All right, Kyle said, nah, bro, gonna have to fight in there when they could have had just fought it out and squash it. Yeah, all this could have been prevented. It could have been a fight, but sometimes a fight leads to embarrassment, which leads to more popping. I think Maxo Cream and someone else just had a fight in Houston. They were talking noise online, met up, boxed it out. A lot of noise was talked, and they think they want to scratch some more. But again, it's just scratching, so they could get past it. You know, it's ain't nobody, burying nobody. Ain't nobody losing nobody. So that's, I totally get it. Yeah, that's the sad face emoji. All right, let's see. CMP said the shooter still have to prove that he was given that money by Yella, though, right? Because even if he withdrew it, that amount and the shooter says that's the payment, you got to prove that he received it. Yeah, they got to, they grab Yella Beezy's, his bank accounts, his bank statements, 40,000 out. Got to see where Kiwan, okay, what did he do with the money? Is it in his house? Who kept it? But they say they got people to speak on it, so we're going to see. I thought living was priceless. He literally paid to go to prison. If you think about it like that, and if it is true, then yes, instead of doing the work yourself and just saying, I'm going to just live on my own secrets, they say a secret ain't a secret no more if one other person knows. So, yeah. Man, come on now. Let's see the emoji, crash dummy. Crash dummy. Wow. Okay, here we go. That's why you pay for out-of-town shooters. That is why you pay for out-of-town shooters, so they can head back out of town. They can't do no in-town stuff. He grits with no butter. What's grits with no butter? What's that? What that mean? It's nasty or tasteless? Or, I don't get it. Y'all help me with that one. Dog got a Bobby Boucher jersey on. Going back to that water boy. Shout out Dog. He made it with that. He needed. Hey, bro, appreciate the Bobby Boucher jersey. Cooked. That's I hear ya. Ninja's supposed to got that 40 from the stash. Yes, moving through where you could have a paper trail, moving through bank accounts, to me that makes no sense. Allegedly, of course, and all, but still, it makes no sense to, unless you want to have a paper trail, that's what you do. But even like when you're buying a house or something, they need to see, you have a 40,000 withdrawal, like they need to see where that's coming from and why is it coming from there. So definitely interesting. Shaking my head. Yes, we are shaking our heads. Sounds like the state got another witness besides the shooter. Yeah, no, you can hear him say that individuals, plural, that was supposed to put up a certain amount, and it sounds like what they're alleging Beezy took out was a partial payment for the possible, unalivement of MO3. So sounds like the guy might have wanted a little more money than that. So it is interesting. Waterboard jerseys wild. Yes, it is. Well, damn. Yeah. Well, damn. Yeah. Sack Chaser said, "Yeah, you can't snitch if you want to. But not on me, baby." Oh, I get it. You can snitch if you want, but not on me, baby. Okay, I get it. Yeah, haha. You got your laugh on. That is funny. We're gonna have a lot of not on me's all summer. All right, 601 May J said, if the shooter, as he know, loyal to the money, what make him think the shooter gonna be loyal to him when it all fall down? Should have pulled a triple cross. Meaning, basically, like you said earlier, a hitman for the hitman. And yes, the shooter is loyal to the money, not the person. So therefore, once the money stops or the money dries up, the loyalty is gone. So therefore, you got to make sure you got enough money to take care of somebody, even if they get jammed up. Even if life is a roller coaster, it goes up and down. But you got to be prepared for these rainy days, I guess. So you know how it go. DMP21 said that's nothing. Anybody can pull money out the account. He a rapper. They keep cash. That's what I said. Yeah, he is a rapper. They keep a lot of cash on him. So that shouldn't even be a thing of him pulling out 40K. It's just a thing that it was so close to the passing of 3 that they're like, wait a minute, this could be considered possibly a payment. So they got to fight it in court. I am Caliso Dope said he did business with the wrong man. Obviously, they're using a man named Keywan White. We just did an interview with Keywan White. Y'all go watch it on the Real Life Street Stars channel. Keywan White said he didn't do it. He said he ain't got no neck tattoo. He's only 5'8", so he must be listening to online and what people are saying. He's like, it wasn't him. He didn't do it. K-Tuck said they finna do it like Walmart rotisserie chicken. I'm assuming that's cooked again. I'm assuming that's well done because I don't eat Walmart rotisserie chicken like that. It's been a while, but from what I remember, they cook it extra well, extra nice. All right, Shooter got tired and sitting in that be on it, bro. Yeah, nah, that's what happens. It's been 4.5 years now, going on 5 years. So Shooter sitting in there, young man, 25, 26. You sitting there just not knowing what's going on. Trial, the feds coming in, maybe talking to you because he's in feds. Maybe they're letting the state talk to you, say, hey, if you got some more information, we might help you out on your sentence. If there's more to this, cooperate with us and we're going to take it easy on you. Instead of life, you might get 20. You might be able to come home and see your family and have some kids and have a life. So that could make somebody say, yeah, nah, if boys stop answering the phone and sending books money, commissary, we're going to have a problem. Rock Solid said, this is why you hire real hitmen and not the random crash outs. Real hitmen don't tell on who hired them. Again, when you're loyal to money, if the money dries up, you tell on whoever. Let's see, the shooter was on someone's live saying he didn't do it, and that's the description doesn't match him. This is a beatable case, not saying he's going to beat it, but if all parties never said nothing, they'd go free. Yeah, the guy they're saying, Keywan White, did do an interview with us, and that's what they're talking about. He wasn't on live, but he was on an interview on our platform, Real Life Street Stars, Real Life Productions, and he did say that he did not do it. That does help out Yella Beezy's situation of saying he ain't paid. That means he ain't paid me. So therefore, if he ain't do it, that means he ain't get paid unless something else is going on there. So we're going to see. Fried, like Kentucky Fried Chicken, I guess. Ninja got that Boosie. I don't know what that means. Who got that Boosie? The Bobby Boucher guy, the Yella Beezy, or I don't know what you're talking about. Yella Beezy's braided up. Snitch K. I guess he means Snitch okay. Didn't he just go live? What the F? Don't even know. All right, I think we back. So anyway, that kind of give you an idea of what the comment section is speaking on. It seems like a lot of MO3 fans are probably tuned in, wanting justice for 3. Seem like some Yella Beezy fans not really here. I don't see a lot of free Yella Beezys as I was expecting. As far as I guess Yella Beezy didn't have a hold of the people like that. As far as the worldwide masses, they love the song, they love the music, but as a person, there might be something absent there because most people go to jail even for the unalivement of people. You hear a lot of free this or free that, free thug, free everybody. But with this one, I think people had a general liking to 3 and the story of what, someone coming out the mud to where Yella may got it painted to be like the bad guy here instead of 3 getting painted to be like the bad guy. But again, if you look at it, both stories, you could say both of them are bad guys and both of them are good guys. So we're going to see how this trial pans out, man. I'm very going to be much tuned into this one. We're going to be doing more of these straight to the comment segments so we can kind of see what the people are feeling. And as we read the comments, I want y'all to jump in the comments. And let's have a conversation together what y'all thoughts are. This is a community. Again, I'm going to be dropping some videos as far as telling the story of how this thing came about. So y'all stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, make sure you do the thing. I'm about to head out and, again, do some more content. I might do like 2 or 3 more of these tonight, but let's go from there. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that like button. We need like 100 likes. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And, let's get to it, man. Straight to the comments. Lego.